Sure, that night that Corporal Todd Nicely was going to be taken care of. And that's how much he cares about everybody. So it's my great honor here to introduce a great American, Gary Sinise.
Thank you very much. I have veterans in my family on my wife's side. Vietnam veterans. Her two brothers served in Vietnam. Her sister was a captain in the Army. Her sister's husband, a Vietnam veteran, served for 24 years. He was a medic in Vietnam. On my side of the family, I have two of my uncles were in World War II. My dad served in the Navy. My grandfather was in the Army in World War I. I have veterans kind of all around me, and I have great respect for those who serve. I got involved with many Vietnam veterans groups back in the early 80s, supporting them in the Chicago area where I grew up. And I had the privilege of playing a disabled American veteran in Forrest Gump, Lieutenant Dan, and I got involved with the Disabled American Veterans Organization and have met so many who have sacrificed so much for our country over the years. And then 9/11, and we started deploying to Afghanistan and Iraq. And what can somebody like me do to serve our country? It's, you know, I having such close relationships with so many veterans, I wanted to do something. So as a celebrity, you can use that sometimes to do some good. And so I started visiting our troops in Afghanistan and Iraq, and I had some musicians I played with. And I asked the USO if they would let me take these musicians with me on one of the tours. I had done 5 or 6 tours as a celebrity, shaking hands and taking pictures and that kind of thing. And while that's all well and good and very nice, it'd be much more fun to go out there and actually entertain the troops. So they set up a tour for me to actually take some musicians. So I called the musicians up and I said, well, we got to start rehearsing now and learn some songs. So we started rehearsing, and we did our first tour overseas in 2004 to Korea, Singapore, Diego Garcia, and we've been touring ever since for the USO. We do probably 30 to 40 shows a year. It's what I do for fun, and it's a way to give back. It's a good, fun way to support our men and women in uniform. And over the years, having done so many things, I've met so many wonderful people who are doing similar things to try and show support, and have gotten involved in various organizations along the way and various charities along the way. When I met my great friends in the fire department in New York, they got me involved in certain things. They introduced me to Frank. That led to building a home for our first quadruple amputee, Brendan Morocco, in Staten Island. And now we find ourselves here in St. Louis to do the same thing for Todd Nicely. It's a good feeling to be able to do something and to know that there's something that you can do. And believe me, I'm just one of several thousand people and organizations out there that are trying to do good things. So getting involved with them, and if I can bring a little awareness and a little attention to some of these organizations because I happen to be on television or in the movies, that's a good thing. That's a way to use that celebrity to help some people out. One of the great moments that I can remember is playing a concert in Las Vegas just last Veterans Day. And I was up on the stage. We were playing for about 150 wounded warriors and their families. We were playing a song by Mariah Carey called Hero, and we do it. It's got a special meaning, I think, to our service members when we play it. And I was kind of hanging back. I'm the bass player in the band, so I don't step forward all the time. I'm kind of hanging back by my amplifier and just playing along while the singer sings the song. And I noticed the audience all standing up and looking to their right. And they're all standing up. They start cheering during the song. And so I stepped forward because I couldn't quite see around the side of the stage, and I stepped forward, and Todd Nicely and his wife Crystal were standing up dancing in the aisles, and everyone was cheering for them, and that was their first dance that they'd had. So I think very important for me to introduce Crystal and bring her up here to stand by Todd. Come on up here, Crystal. She deserves to be up here. And Todd's mom is here as well, and let's bring her up here. Come on up here, Mom. You got to be up here with your son. You got that. These severely injured service members, they need their families. And their families stand by them, and they go through a lot. And I've been to the hospital several times over and over the years, and I've met incredibly inspiring and courageous young men and women who have sacrificed a lot for us. So to give back to one gives back to all. We can't, we have to take baby steps and just do what we can. Pick your battles, reach out, help those in your communities who need help. This is unfortunately a very dangerous world out there, and I think it's if you're paying attention to what's going on, you know that our military is invaluable, and we need them, and we're going to need them to stay strong and their families to stay strong for many years to come. So taking care of one helps many. We've lost a lot in this war. We've lost a lot in previous wars, and we owe a great debt to those who have sacrificed in service for our country to keep us all free. I'm happy to be able to come on May 27th to play a concert for this great American and to raise money to build them a special house. I encourage everyone to spread the word, do what you can to get the word out there. It'll be a great event. The band is fun. It's a good band. We have a lot of fun out there. It's a good concert. You can look us up on YouTube if you're afraid. You'll have a good time. The money's well worth it. And it's going to build a special home for a great American. I'm glad to be able to team up with the Siller Foundation, these great firefighters here in St. Louis, and all the great sponsors that have come together to help build this great American house. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gary. And I'm going to tell you, he's been very